Who is the biggest star in boxing? Tank Davis. And joining the beach of the game is Miami resident hip-hop star, influencer Ruby Rose.
The talent difference, the experience difference, we understand all of that. But the size, the pure, and we understand small guys can beat big guys. We just saw Crawford do it.
I thought it was 190. Dean, that's bad. Because you know what that tells me? That tells me that even he recognizes that he's too big for him. Yes. He recognizes that he's too big.
The internet exploded after the Netflix face-off, Gervonta Tank. Davis just shoved Jake Paul in a moment that turned pure tension into chaos. The face-off between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis on Netflix UNCUT became a heated scene that instantly grabbed worldwide attention. The air was charged as Tank suddenly pushed Jake Paul during the stare-down, proving this fight carries far more emotion than just promotion. The two exchanged sharp words, their expressions revealing confidence mixed with irritation. Viewers immediately noticed the size contrast, Tank appearing smaller next to Jake, with many calling the difference shocking. Yet others argued that height and muscle don't outweigh skill, timing, and precision. For them, the real question isn't who's bigger, but who's better when the bell rings.
Gave this little guy an opportunity. He should be thanking me. I'm paying him. I'm his boss. He reports to me, and I'm gonna fucking son him on November 14th. So fuck you, little man.
You pay me? Are you paying me?
Yeah.
100%. 100%. Facts?
Correct.
Yes? Correct?
Correct.
Teddy Atlas, veteran trainer and respected analyst, dissected the face-off and immediately focused on the size gap. To him, the difference wasn't just noticeable, it was massive. Atlas described Jake as towering over Tank, joking that Davis might need a ladder to reach Jake's chin. While he acknowledged that boxing is about skill, timing, and willpower, he stressed that physical dimensions still matter when the gap becomes extreme. He compared it to when Canelo Alvarez moved up to face Terence Crawford. Both looked naturally balanced despite the weight difference. In this case, however, Atlas believes the size disparity is far too wide for a fair contest. Though Davis's explosiveness and experience could surprise anyone, Atlas concluded that Jake Paul's size and power make this matchup look mismatched from the start.
They should also have like the size of the ring, the size of the glove, all that stuff. Particulars should be in the contract. But I would probably look for one thing that is not the common thing to have in a contract if I'm Tank. A ladder. A ladder. Can I get a ladder? Somebody? You know what I mean? Hey, look, all kidding aside, if he hits him on the chin the way he can punch, Jake might be doing a dance. You know what I mean? Not voluntarily either. But we'll get into that more later. The thing that I'm talking about right here is what you said. It was stark. The size difference was really, you couldn't ignore it. We understand the talent difference, the experience difference. We understand all of that. But the size, the pure, and we understand small guys can beat big guys. We just saw Crawford do it to Canelo, but you know, a little different. The size difference was, I mean, it was eye-catching, jaw-dropping, and it made me think, and I'm going to ask Richie, our man here who's doing all the taping, who does such a marvelous job. I'm going to ask him, because I know he's an expert in this area, but it reminded me of one of the Rocky movies where they had the face, where they did the wrestling thing with Rocky and Hulk Hogan, a.k.a. Thunderlips. He was Thunderlips back there. And I thought I had it right, and it was confirmed to me. It's
Greg Hackett, a respected boxing coach, shared his thoughts on Gervonta Davis's preparation and expressed full confidence in Tank's mindset. According to Hackett, Davis is unfazed by the outside noise or the circus that surrounds Jake Paul's promotion. He knows exactly what he wants and how to get it. Inside sources from Tank's training camp reveal a fighter more focused than ever. Sparring partners describe him as sharp, disciplined, and relentless. pushing beyond his usual limits with unmatched intensity.
Try to keep you fresh and this and that, keep your name hot. You got to stay in the algorithms. You know, it's just a lot of pressure on fighters. And I feel like Tank being at, what is he, 30 years old? And you got kids. See, what people forget about is it come a time in a man's life where he just wants to slow down. You know what I'm saying? We can't all run around like we used to back in the day. I mean, that's tough to do. Sometimes you just want to sit down, enjoy your fruits. And I feel like that could be what he going through. He want to just enjoy the fruits of his labor and enjoy life. And people don't want to hear that because they feel like you got more work to do. But it's his.
Observers who watched him at media events also noted his calm, composed demeanor, focused yet unshaken. Tank understands what's at stake. For him, this fight isn't about fame or paychecks. It's a statement that he can perform under any spotlight and still deliver like an elite champion. A win here would elevate his name beyond boxing circles, putting him in the same global spotlight as influencers while reminding everyone that skill and discipline still rule the sport.
And you can tell, you can just look at him and tell, like, no, this dude he's going to get this money for sure because there's so much money out there to be had. But Jake Paul better be not playing around, man. Not get cute, not play any games. Don't hit him in the back of the head. Don't rabbit punch him. Don't do any of that stuff, man, because Mike Tyson, first of all, a lot of people think Mike Tyson was pulling punches on Jake Paul. And a lot of people think that Anderson Silva was pulling punches on him too. You're not going to have a little Gervonta out there pulling punches on you, man, if you're out there playing games. So, you know, I don't like the fight at all. However, as far as it being an entertaining situation, I almost guarantee you that fight itself is going to be entertaining. That it's going to be something that you look at and you're going to say, man, everybody's going to watch it. Everybody's going to want to know what happens in it. But at the same time, it's kind of like what people think, you know, when you see a car crash, like you're driving down the road and all of a sudden the traffic gets heavy and you're like, man, I'm going to be in traffic for a long time. And then you drive forward a little bit and then you see, oh man, this is some accident on the other side of the road and everybody just slowing down to watch. That's the type of entertainment that you can expect from this fight between Gervonta Davis and
Eddie Chambers, a former heavyweight contender turned trainer, took a balanced stance on the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis matchup. He reminded fans that boxing history is filled with smaller fighters overcoming larger opponents. Chambers explained that people obsessing over size forget about timing, experience, and technique, the true weapons in a fight. He cited countless examples of underdogs defeating bigger men through superior intelligence and ringcraft. In his view, Jake's height and reach might serve him early, but Davis's explosive movement and tactical precision could erase that advantage quickly. Chambers emphasized that fights aren't won by measurements, but by execution when pressure hits. His conclusion, Jake's physical edge is real, but Tank's instincts and precision make him the more dangerous man once punches start flying.
Like this can happen, but this is social media. This is what is created. There's a lane that Jake Paul has created. Honestly, I'm not mad at him for it. He's gotten a lot of fighters and, you know, actual fighters some shine. It also has done for women's boxing a lot. So I'm not mad at him for what he's been in boxing and what he's created. This is a little crazy right here. This is a little crazy. And a lot of people will say, Tank is too small. Let me tell you something. Anybody that gets in the ring with Tank that is not a damn dinosaur is going to feel something from him. And it ain't going to be easy to hit him. Got boxing IQ. He may not sound like an intellectual guy when you hear him talk, but he knows the ring inside and out. So there's nothing that Jake Paul can do aside from make it extremely ugly by grabbing him and probably trying to throw him to the ground. I don't know what else, bite him. I don't know, but I mean, the skill level alone. Now, of course, there is a size difference, a height difference and all that, but he's just going to struggle so much landing a shot. You know, it's just going to look bad. To me, this is the way I see it. It's going to look bad. Tank is going to be too fast. And the punch, I believe, I'm not saying it's going to knock him out or, you know, but he's going to feel.
Timothy Bradley, former world champion turned analyst, showed no hesitation in backing Gervonta Davis, calling this fight easy money for Tank. Bradley's confidence stems from experience. He highlighted that Davis has spent years facing skilled professionals who understand the rhythm and danger of true championship boxing, while Jake Paul's resume includes mostly retired athletes and crossover stars. Though Bradley credited Jake for bringing attention to boxing, he stressed that sharing a ring with Tank is a completely different challenge. Davis's composure, timing, and ring IQ make him a far superior technician. To Bradley, this fight will expose the difference between a natural-born fighter and a latecomer to the sport.